Okay, welcome ladies and gents. Let's talk He-Man Revolution, or Master of the Universe Revolution. So, I did a review yesterday, I did an article discussion about Kevin Smith and the producer coming back and trying to basically convince people to watch the show. And look, I said then, it'd be very surprising if they've done a 180. I doubt they've done a 180. But look, I'm here to hold my hands up and go, you know what? They did a bit of a 180. So I watched it all this morning. Not terrible. Not terrible. It's very bizarre though, because you'd think, why didn't you do this from the start? You know, why didn't you? Why wasn't this what you did day one? Why did you have to listen to backlash from fans? It's so strange. So strange. It is almost as if Mattel came in and said, you've messed up. You need to fix this now. Like, right now. So, look. Review. Let's talk about it. Because I think I did a... God, I think I did a sort of a joint live stream on this. Because it was just group therapy, I called it. Because it was bloody awful, the first one. And it was truly bad. It was truly bad for narrative reasons. I feel like there was definitely some drama behind the scenes on this show. Because you've swapped out Sarah Michelle Gellar as Teela. You've got now Melissa Benoist, who is Teela. Other relatively big names are still in this. Keith David and things like that. The voice cast does a very good job. They did in the first one. They do a very good job in this one. It was the narrative that let the last series down. It was always the narrative. The narrative was really, really bad. The narrative in this one, although so much better, is still not perfect. There are some weird, dumb decisions. But I feel like maybe that's them trying to keep with the nature of Saturday morning cartoons. So, full spoilers for this discussion. Click off now if you don't want any spoilers. You've had your warning. You've had your chance. We're going to talk full spoilers. So, Randor dies, right? The king dies. And that was quite touching because essentially the opening sound, the sort of opening mission to this series is they're going down to Subternia, hell, to go and get their friends' souls that they lost down there in the last show. Good sequence of events. King Randor's there, and he is in basically his Iron Man suit. They save the day, they win, but unfortunately he starts collapsing, and he's got organ failure. And that was quite touching because everyone knew, the sort of medics knew, but they were told not to tell anyone because he wanted one last mission with his son, just to enjoy it, and then he's going to die peacefully alongside his wife and his son. And that was quite cool. But what I didn't understand, and what I thought was really, really ridiculous from Randor was, you're gonna be king next, Adam. But you've got to choose between being He-Man or the king. No, you don't. No, you don't at all. And spoiler alert, they wound out needing He-Man anyway for the entirety of the show, basically. And then they dismantled the monarchy. They celebrated Independence Day, and the black girl, who's now man at arms, woman at arms, man at arms, whatever, is going to put herself up for leadership. So they're still getting leaders, but they're voted in, so it's democratic. Even though everyone loves Prince Adam and He-Man anyway. So surely if he just put himself up, he'd be voted in. Very strange. And by the end, He-Man is like, well, do you think Dad would approve to his mother and the Queen, a former Queen, is like, yeah, because, your dad has many things, but he wasn't traditional. It's like, so why didn't he dismantle the monarchy then? Dumb. Really dumb. Super dumb. There's a tease for She-Ra. Don't know where that's going to go. It's fine. They're playing on Keldor and Randor. So Randor's the king. Keldor was always teased to be Skeletor. It was out and out stated in certain, cartoons and certain reinventions of the franchise. But initially, it was always teased. It was never out and out stated. It was teased that Skeletor was Keldor. He'd been snatched up by Hordak and turned into Skeletor, basically. Sure, fine. Bit of a weird narrative with that one, though, because basically Keldor is sent away because Eternus, as a nation, is racist because he's blue, and it's against their law, or they're xenophobic, or whatever. Basically, it's against their law that he can stay there and become king. It's super dumb. Super dumb. But anyway, Hordak is there. Hordak is working through the motherboard, who's at the last one, convinces Skeletor to masquerade as Keldor. He doesn't know that he's Keldor, obviously. He goes in, snatches the crown, gets crowned king. Doesn't snatch it, gets given the crown by He-Man, because he explains that I'm your uncle, blah, blah, blah. And then obviously they all turn on one another. And then we start saving the day. It's alright. But it really is. I mean, the music's great. There are a lot of good things about this show. I don't mind the animation, quite frankly. The voice acting's good. The narrative was much, much better this time around. It was, again, really dumb in places. Like, we've still never learnt the secrets of Grayskull. They're like, the secrets are revealed. What secrets, mate? What secrets of Grayskull? We didn't learn anything. The power's kind of already in him already. Technically doesn't need the sword to channel it. So many weird things that they've just kind of dropped. They've gone, yeah, whatever. Just forget about that. But look, it's significantly better. But I do think the problem is you didn't start with this, Kevin Smith, mate. You didn't start with this. And because you didn't start with this, you've lost, I would imagine, probably a good 25% of people just will not come back and watch this season. Because you've pissed them off. Because of really bad narrative structure. The whole story of the last one was crap. And their main focus is the Masters of the Universe. No, people like He-Man, they enjoyed them as a group, but they were there for He-Man. Because it was He-Man and the Master of the Universe. It was never... People are there for He-Man. So look, it is what it is. And also that whole thing about you can't be king. I'm pretty certain Hero, an ancestor of He-Man, was also the champion and king. Pretty certain. Some pretty dumb stuff here and there. But as a whole, it was enjoyable. I was awake very early today, 5 AM. So I enjoyed that as my morning sort of watch or thing whilst I'm doing my cardio and stuff like that. I can't wholeheartedly recommend it. Simply because I don't know whether I want to give Kevin Smith any credit. But if you're not massively offended by the first one, and you didn't... Well, no, let me retract that. I can recommend it. It's not bad. But I understand if you don't want to. There you go. So if you've seen it, leave your thoughts down below. Don't say I never, give things the benefit of the doubt, because I do. Loads of people are always like, oh, you just blah, 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 you hate it. Fuck off. I give things the benefit of the doubt when I watch them. On the lead up to stuff, I'm going to talk about based on historical referencing and things like that until I see it. Or I'm going to review the marketing material and interviews and things, because that's what they're there for. They're there to be judged. And judged I have. I have cast judgment on them. Was it in the final product? Not that I could see. It was significantly better. But there you go. I give things the benefit of the doubt. And that is a fair review from me. So leave your thoughts down below. Hit subscribe. Follow me over on Twitter and Instagram at MrH Reviews. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.